tell us what the MindWorks Challenge is.
Okay, so the MindWorks Challenge is something we're very excited about because it really was launched at conference with Maria Shriver coming, and she challenged basically Roger and the entire Shaklee field to have huge sales with MindWorks and to raise money for brain health research. So that's really, Roger accepted the challenge, and that really is a neat and exciting thing that we're a part of right now. Because it's so important. You know, she shared some fantastic statistics with us about what people deal with when they have, struggles with dementia and different things. So.
Yeah, thank you. And the MindWorks Challenge has really, I think, inspired and activated a lot of people. I don't know if you or any of you were on the business leader call last night, but on the master call, they're talking about how, sales are up and sponsoring is up, and so a good deal of that is connected directly to MindWorks. And now we're hoping with the appearance of MindWorks on the Dr. Phil Show the week of November 17th will give even an added boost to everything. Mm-hmm. And as we already know, the viewers are going to be offered a show special of $99.90, is that right? For 2 MindWorks, free membership, free shipping. And they've enhanced those, but we don't want to wait until the Dr. Phil Show airs to get, going on this. We can get some paper wrestling. We can get some momentum going right now in terms of making calls and contacting people, starting conversations, do whatever you want to do with your personal website, get your teams involved, get emails ready. Hopefully we'll get some handouts going pretty soon because as the company shared with us, and Clint McKinley was saying particularly that with all of the exposure we had on the Oprah show, that most of the successful reach outs on those came as a result of the personal contacts that people had with people, driving people to the show, following up with people.
That's the experience I had. I mean, I was telling my team the other day, I had a month when the Oprah thing came out, I sponsored 46 people in 1 month in my base group. But it wasn't leads from the Oprah show. It was a few people that saw it, and then we just started having party after party after party, and we could do a Get Clean in-home in 45 minutes, and we were doing 2 a day. You know what I mean? And so that it was the excitement and the energy that was generated that caused the benefit for me. So
good point. Yeah, and that's exactly what can be done. And you can do some really cute things, I think around MindWorks with whether it's a 30-minute wellness conference call, or a webinar, or in-home meetings. Have you lost your mind, or you feel like you're losing your mind, or your mind's been found. Come and find out where. You just let yourself go. And then the company has thrown out to us some great promotions in conjunction with that original one that we had that is available actually right now. But a new person who joins with 1 bottle of MindWorks will receive free membership to save the 15%.
Wow.
So they'll be a Shaklee member. Now, these promotions start the day the Dr. Phil Show airs, and they run through the end of the year. Second promotion the company's offering is a new person who joins with 2 bottles of MindWorks will receive that free membership and free shipping up to $9. Now, it says up to $9 because that's if they ordered 2 MindWorks and added other things with it, and the shipping went over, $9. If it was $10 or $12 or whatever, the company will pay $9 on that shipping.
Nice.
Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Then, if a new person who joins with 2 MindWorks, they will get free membership, free shipping, and if within 45 days they place an order for one of the new product regimens, they will get a free 60-count Omega Guard added on.
Nice.
So, we got all kinds of things. And not to leave out all of us existing members, if we order 2 bottles of MindWorks, we will receive that free shipping up to $9. And
Woo-hoo!
That happens after the Dr. Phil Show airs.
Nice.
So I love it. The company is supporting us, standing behind us, and giving us all these great ways to grow our businesses. Yeah. So, good stuff.
Fantastic.
And Lisa, before you take over, I just want to mention one more time that Lisa Anderson is going to be one of the featured trainers at the Long Beach Regional Conference coming up this weekend. So if you're within driving distance, walking distance, biking distance, get to that conference, and you'll be able to see Lisa Anderson live and in person.
Yay!
I think that's great.
Thank you, Joe. And come find me and introduce yourself, because I loved it. At conference, I got to meet a whole bunch of people that join us on this webinar, and it was really fun to kind of get to meet some people. So, yay! Thank you. Well, welcome everyone. We're very excited to have you join us for Lesson 10 in our Teaming Up Fall session. And today's topic is really a good one. I'm very excited, and the ladies that are going to share are just amazing. You're going to be so impressed with them. So we're going to get going here.
Oops, sorry.
That's okay. Our objectives today are going to be to understand how effective Facebook can be in building relationships in our businesses. And this was a big one from me, and I'll share my perspective in just a little bit, but it did not come natural for me. To understand what a Facebook event is and how to invite and conduct them. And again, these gals are going to be so good. I'm very excited that everyone's on. We're going to learn some skills how to navigate the social media Facebook world. And we're going to hear from Stephanie Bruce, who's a new senior director, has a great story. She built to actually senior director in 8 weeks, pretty much from Facebook. So I know we're all going to learn a lot from Stephanie and Moira and Susan, and it's just going to be such a great day. So here's a little quote. Facebook is a great place for people to find you and what you have to offer through Shaklee. And I found that to be
true. Good point. Yeah.
All right, so let me give you a little bit of my history. I am just old enough to where sharing information on the internet was a little uncomfortable for me. I came in the day and age, I'm in my 40s, where, you know, we were told that if you put your picture on Facebook or if you talked about your kids, someone could find you. And so I had, I think, a little bit of a natural aversion to being open and personal on the internet, so that's kind of a little bit where I started. So Facebook didn't fit for me. I'm very relational in person, very relational on the phone, but I just didn't get how you could have relationships on Facebook. But this is where I was at. You know, my social circles have changed. My kids have grown up, and I have found myself not having very many new people in my life. So I would go to conferences and meetings, and people would talk about, Facebook. And here's the things I heard. Just, 5 to 10 minutes a day on Facebook is going to make a difference for you. And I heard this statement several times. And it's not a matter of if you will find people on Facebook that want what you have to offer. It's a matter of when. So I would come back from these meetings, and I would give it a try, and it just didn't work. And I didn't really enjoy sorting through this stuff. And so I would give up on it. Well, last spring, I decided I needed to kind of get over myself, because here was my options. I was either going to have to go join a bunch of new clubs to meet new people, or hang out at Starbucks and try to be extra social, or I could go where the people were. And so this was the decision I made. We know that this is a relationship business, and we need people to have relationships. And so it doesn't really matter if it's a natural inclination for me. I need to go where the people are. And so I decided to figure Facebook out, and I did. So you can see my reasons, really, of where I was at. I saw the success for others on Facebook. I felt like there were some people there. I just needed to figure out why people were successful and I wasn't, and why they enjoyed it, because I didn't get it. But I really wanted to be a good example for my team members, because I was hearing these wonderful, successful stories of people building and finding people on Facebook, and I knew that I had to lead the way to facilitate that for my people. So that was my goals, and so I started to figure it out. So here's what I learned. Most of my Facebook friends were Shaklee people, which is a great thing, and I'll explain to you why. But so I was like, well, how am I going to do this? And so I did have some people that found me from high school. I had some childhood friends. I had a whole bunch of people that I didn't remember who they were. I don't even know why they were friends on my Facebook. And I know a lot of people were like me. I just accept, well, great, and we're all friends. So anyways, my husband, however, he got Facebook, and he's always loved it since he got on it. It's more natural to him, and so he's really good at taking pictures and posting things and tagging me. So even though I was bombing in a lot of sense, my husband was doing a good job at sharing what our family was doing, and a part of that is our Shaklee life. And so people were seeing pictures of us going to Kenya and on the cruise in Mayan River, and they saw our car. So I was very fortunate in the sense that he was sharing a nice picture of our Shaklee business, which is, I think, a key thing, and you'll hear all of these gals share how that works for them. But this is what I did. So I got more intentional. I started studying people on Facebook and seeing what they were doing and how it was working for them. And what I found was it's actually quite fun, and I started to click for me. And I started to see why people were successful, because they were interacting just very easy. With a click of a like, it sends a signal of affirming the person that you've read their post, right? So now I'm intentional, and I'm really excited. And now I've joined the ranks of people who are like, oh my gosh, how many hours have I been on Facebook? But I love it, and it's a great thing. So
Great.
So here's some of the results I've gotten just in the last few months. I have a new business partner, a friend that I went to high school with. She saw a post I put up about Hawaii, and here's the other beautiful thing about Facebook. I really don't have to create any posts because everyone on there is so good. They create these beautiful posts, and so you just borrow and share what you're seeing, which is a fantastic thing for me. So someone shared something about Hawaii, and I shared it, and so I got a message from this gal that says, I didn't know you did Shaklee. We need to meet. We met the next week, and now she's a business builder. Go figure, right? That's how this works. It's more about people finding you and not as much about people finding, other people. But anyways, I found a new member, another friend from school, a really good friend of mine in elementary and middle school, and she contacted me and said, you know what, does Shaklee have anything for, rheumatoid arthritis? So she had been watching and knew enough about what I was doing that we have products that help people, right? Another new person looking for some healthy weight loss. This is a childhood friend from church. Another person, immune support. She had actually gone through a cancer treatment, and I had a Facebook event. I don't even remember inviting her, but somehow she joined it. I know, it's really crazy. And so you're out there on Facebook. People are finding you because they're looking for what you do. So the key is how do I be out there on Facebook in the right way, right? So this is what I found. Many more people are watching me and what I do. There's a lot of ideas and posts and things that I'm getting that I'm sharing with my people. One of the best things I've done is I created a closed team group, a closed group for my leaders, and so I'm seeing all kinds of fantastic information going out on Facebook that I then shoot over to my team group, my page, so that they can use it. And so I'm facilitating great business through my leaders now because I'm searching out and finding great information on Facebook that then I can share with them and then they can use. And the coolest thing is now we're seeing in our team, we've gotten several new golds in the last few weeks just through a Facebook post. One of our leaders put a post out by Vitalized Immunity and picked up a couple members and a gold ambassador in the next week. So it's a great way for us to lead and facilitate business as well. So here's just a few tips from me, and I know. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, I just think that what is so incredible here, Lisa, is your journey in this, where you started out, totally in the dark about Facebook, but you committed to learn something and getting on, and now look at the results. I mean,
I was one of those people that would sit around and say, I think Facebook is dumb. I don't get it. But it's, the truth is a lot of people that like it, and so there's a reason. It's good,
Yeah, well, we might think it's dumb, but if it gets results. And the key here is the exposure. It's all about exposure. And like you said, how do we get exposure about what we're doing out to people? Well, we can join groups or organizations. We can try to do appointments, or have meetings. But this is much, is proving to be much more effective.
Well, and it's where the people are. It's how the people are living. It's where society is spending time, and we're a people business. So one of the other things I will mention is I was finding a lot of my business leaders do not read my emails, which is just shocking to me because I'm a real communicator through email. And so I found if I could post a little bit on my group and say, hey, I just sent you an email about this, or I kind of double post, I'm getting a lot more communication out to my team because a lot of them will read my Facebook posts but not necessarily read my emails. So anyways, okay, so here's a few tips. So there's a lot of people on this call that are really good at Facebook, and I know that this is going to sound so elementary, but for those of you who are like me, who it didn't make sense, this is what I've learned. That when you like and comment on posts of others, it's just a little gesture of kindness. It's showing a little love. So liking something doesn't mean that you like exactly what they said. It means that you read it and you're acknowledging them. It's just a way to have a really quick nanosecond of a connection. And then what happens is, as you like and recognize the things that your friends are sharing, guess what? They start to recognize what you share, and they start liking your post. It works every time. It's amazing to me. So now I've got a little audience of people that are paying attention to the things I'm sharing, and they're not all Shaklee, and we'll talk about that, but they're paying attention to me and my life and what I'm doing because I'm paid attention to theirs. So it's all about the like. It's amazing. It works. And then I've told you about the team page, celebrating successes. It created a little bit of an interaction between my builders that we didn't have before, and I liked it. There was a little bit of more support, a little sharing of ideas, a great way for me to recognize and acknowledge success of leaders, but also it's been really positive. I've found that our team page is just, if someone has a good idea, they can go share it, and it's very positive, a place to get affirmed. So I liked the community there. Again, and the best thing about Facebook is you get to steal the beautiful creative ingenuity of all the other people out there. So I love all of you smart, brilliant Facebook people. Thank you, because I use everything you do. I am very unoriginal, but there's good stuff out there. Now, I want to touch on the business page a little bit, because I get this question from people a lot. When do you create a business page? When do you don't? You'll find with the leaders on this call, everybody does a little differently. I created a business page a few years ago because I was told I should. I never utilized it correctly, but now I am. If you have a business page and you've asked people to like it, you have a little bit more permission to share more about Shaklee, because basically they said, yes, I like your business page, and they're expecting to hear more about Shaklee. So your business page is a place where you get to be a little bit more wide open about your business, what we do, Shaklee, and kind of bragging on Shaklee and stuff like that. And it's a good thing. If you're going to use Hearsay Social, I really recommend a business page. And Hearsay Social, we don't talk about a lot here, but it's just a company that Shaklee's teamed up with that provides posts that somewhat are geared towards, our nutrition and health world. And then one of the gals on the call said this the other day, and I thought it was great. With your regular Facebook page, the 80-20 rule is a good one. So you're going to post no more than 20% of your post on your regular Facebook page about Shaklee. The rest of it should be personal. But live your Shaklee life out loud. And you guys, again, these gals are on this call, they know they do this so well. They post a little picture of, this is how my mornings get started, or their kids drinking their smoothie. It's your personal life with Shaklee interweaved. That's very effective. So hopefully that helps those people like me that really don't understand this whole thing, but yet it's still working, and you just get in there and you start to learn. So creating a business page is not hard. You just get on there and you can read that little thing up at the top right and walk through those steps. So basic stuff. So thank you.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Okay, so now we get to bring on some experts, and we have Susan Knott and Moira Gorski with us, and these gals are just tearing it up with these amazing Facebook events. And so they're going to share how they do it and all the basics of it, and I know it's going to be hugely beneficial. So welcome. Susan, are you up first?
Yes, I am. Hi, Lisa.
Yay,
Hi, Joe.
welcome.
Hi.
Thanks
welcome.
for being on.
Sure, no problem. And I wouldn't say I'm a professional. I've only done one, but it was a lot of fun, and it's easier than I thought it was going to be. So,
that's good.
So, yeah, what is a Facebook event or party? It's really just a virtual event or party, and it's something that you can invite any of your Facebook friends to. Keep in mind they have to have a Facebook account to be able to invite them. So it all happens right on Facebook, and it's a convenient way to introduce Shaklee to those who either don't like to attend house parties, or they like to but they don't have the time. So it's really another option for them. Plus, what I think is great about it is it gives you the potential to reach even more than those who live in your area. They can live anywhere in the country and still attend your Facebook event. And anyone who joins the event just watches and interacts straight from their own computer, from their house, or if they're traveling and in a hotel, they can do it from there. It's just really gives them lots of options.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, this is the one that Moira and I chose to do because we wanted to touch on the flu and viruses season that's coming up. And so we decided to name it Say Boo to the Flu and Other Mystery Illnesses. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to show you share some tips for creating interest in some of the posts that we did. And then at the end, we're going to go more into the mechanics of exactly how to create an event and assemble your posts and photos. And also keep in mind, we attended other people's events, and some of these things you're going to see we might have just borrowed from another person who did an event that we attended. So that's the great thing, like Lisa said earlier, just copy and share what other people do. Don't reinvent the wheel.
Right.
And I think, Moira, you are up.
I think I'm up next, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, yes, I will definitely say what Susan said, that we, I mean, it's nice to get the praise from you, Lisa, but I don't know if we're tearing it up. I think that I think a lot of gals on my team are tearing it up, but I also agree with Susan in that, you know, have your Shaklee friends and colleagues invite you to their events and watch them, and then go back and copy them. If you like one of their posts and you saw what happened, then go ahead and, you know, borrow it and use it. And that's certainly what's cool about Shaklee, is we all share and very openly. So really, before the Facebook event is going to happen, we want to make sure that we tell people kind of what it's all about, because not everybody knows what that is. So we're going to actually, you know, create an event, just like if you were having your kid's birthday party, or if you were having a little open house in your backyard to see your new garden or something. The way that you create an event on Facebook is the same way that you create, you know, this type of Facebook event. But you want to tell them, tell the people that you're inviting, you know, how it works. That before the time that you set, say at 7 o'clock that you're going to have your event, just make sure that you come in before 7 o'clock and come to your computer and sit down with a glass of water or your favorite beverage and log in and go to your event. And then we're going to host the event on that event site. And what you'll need to do is, you know, the posts will keep coming. The people that are running the event, Susan and I, we organize the posts. I'll post one, and it'll go up there. But we find that you have to kind of hit refresh every couple of minutes to just kind of keep the current one up there, you know, on front, or you know, up, you know, current there in front of your face, because there's a new one, and then people comment and all of that. But what we also learned, really, that it's important to keep the posts numbered. So just because if somebody comes in and, or in our case, when Susan and I did this, it just got really, really busy with all kinds of comments. And every time you comment on a post, it seems to bring it up to the top. And then there was a couple of people that were like, what post? Where are we? Which number are we on? And so we gave them a little chance to catch up and say we're on 15, and, you know, come back up to 15. So, and even
it gets a little chaotic, but it feeds into the energy as well, right?
Oh yeah,
you know?
Yeah, because people are, you know, again, taking a look at it and, you know, wanting to follow, and so. It was an awful lot of fun on ours, because one gal seemed to be talking to another gal who she didn't even know, and she's like, "We're waiting for you, Rachel. We're waiting," or whatever her name was. "We're waiting for you." And then say, "Okay, I'm here." So it ends up being really fun. But then if somebody can't make it to the event, or they came in late, you know, they can just go in and follow along. We'll say, you know, go down to number 1, and then just you know, keep following down to post 23 or 30 or whatever.
It's kind of cool because it lets people come in and evaluate Shaklee, but there's absolutely no pressure whatsoever. And I think people are inclined to do that because they know they're not going to feel like awkward at any point to make any decisions, and it allows people to evaluate freely. So it's an interesting environment, but it works, you know.
And you know what, Lisa? Somebody who was brand new to it was invited by another customer. That's exactly what she said. She loved the Facebook event. It was non-threatening, and you didn't feel pressured, but you could just check it out and see if it was a good fit for you. Yeah.
Just check and see what you think. So let me just comment. Though I think one of the reasons you guys are so successful is that you're clever and you create a little sense of fun. I mean, even come in your comfiest clothes and your favorite beverage. You're creating an idea there, and it's attractive to people. So I think that's a good idea. So good job.
Yeah. Well, and this, again, wasn't my idea or Susan's idea. It was somebody else's who was very brilliant. But they thought, and we think it's really awesome, that to, again, continue on with that excitement and encourage people that come to your event to be involved. So, and they can win prizes. So if you're involved, you can win a prize. And so we put together some points that if, you come to the event, or if even just let us know you're going to be there, encourage them to ask questions, encourage them to, put comments up there, maybe put a picture up there. There's a nice, symptom assessment form that I'm sure many of you are familiar with, which is a really great way to kind of get someone started and get an idea of kind of what they're going through. And it's a good kind of framework to give to somebody and say, fill this out, and then we'll go over and I'll help to make some recommendations about products that would be helpful for you. So we said, if you request one of those, we'll give you some points too. If you want to meet with one of us afterwards, you'll get some points for that. And, certainly scheduling an in-home event or your own Facebook event is a wonderful thing too. So then at the end of the event, Susan and I went ahead and added up all the points, and the top point earners, we gave them a free
nice.
gift. You can pick whatever you want, but we gave them a tube of Vitalized Immunity, which was perfect for Boo to the Flu. So it just encourages people, again, to get involved in the event and interact, and also then leads them towards, okay, what's the next step? If you really like what you hear, then let's take it to the next step and let's get you started on some products and get you help in your immune system so that you can stay.
And that's one of the reasons it's really so brilliant, because right off the bat you're cultivating further involvement, further interaction, and it's kind of subtle, but you're letting people know this would be a next step. This is, and you're actually drawing them into a deeper level of interacting with you because of the consultation and stuff like that. So very smart. Good, good.
And then, so before the event happens, we want to create a buzz on Facebook. So. Susan put a cute picture up of herself sitting at a coffee shop. She spends a lot of her time at coffee shops and works on a computer, which is great. But she'll take the picture and says, I'm preparing for my upcoming webinar with saying Boo to the Flu. Let me know if you want to be invited. This is my silly, brilliant thing with the Kleenex box.
I love it.
Picture of a Kleenex box. I didn't do that, but I was like, oh, I should do that. But, visiting this box too often, tune into our upcoming webinar. Many of us are moms that go to the bus stop, or we go to a Bible study, or we go to the grocery store, or whatever. So you can just have the information written down on a piece of paper. You can just kind of write it out and print it out, and so you've got it. And when somebody sneezes on you in the grocery store and it's your friend, say, hey, you want to check this out? We're doing an event. You might want to listen and figure out how you don't have to be sick anymore.
Nice.
You also, if you're doing emails to your customers on a regular basis, you can certainly send something out, say at the beginning of the week, and say these are our upcoming educational events, if you will. This is a webinar we're having. We're also having a conference call. I'm doing an in-home meeting at blah, blah, blah. And just make sure that we're educating all of our customers on email, not just on Facebook, but getting off of Facebook and connecting with our customers that we have already in Shaklee. And certainly it's wonderful to offer an incentive for them to listen. Maybe free shipping on their next order, or a certain percentage off, or, refer somebody in that listens and becomes a member, and then you'll get a $10 gift certificate. One of my distributors, Lynn Mathena, who I believe is on today, she sent me a quick snapshot of something that Pampered Chef did. I think it was Pampered Chef. But they put out a little invite to come. It looked like it to come to listen to an opportunity presentation, kind of like our Monday night webinars. And they said that if you RSVP to the event, you got entered to win this free set of blah, blah, blah,
Oh.
And she's like, wow, we could do that. And I'm like, well, yeah, we could. I mean, it's the same kind of thing. Come to that Monday night webinar that Shaklee does, or come to our Facebook event, and you could win, free shipping on your next order. So it's everybody wants something for free, or they want what's in it for me. Besides the education of learning how to stay healthy, what else can they get? Everybody's looking for that. So you can offer a discount or something like that. But then just simply, as all these ladies have been telling us, have a conversation. and just ask somebody a question. Who do you know that is struggling with being sick all the time, or that has the flu, or doesn't want, or can't afford to have the flu? Just listen for clues when you're out there during your daily life, and going out there and then just invite them to come and listen. Again, no obligation, but if you're interested, you might want to come and listen to this. No obligation. You can just sit and listen. And
I think it's so smart when you kind of offer a little something, because if you have someone on the fence, that's all they need is just that, I'm going to think about it. Well, if you RSVP, then you're going to be entered in for this, and it just tips the scale. You know what I mean? And I think it helps people make a decision to do it. So I'm going to mention for the people out there like me that know nothing about how this works, when you invite someone that is a Facebook friend to join your event and they click the join button, then they're going to automatically get feeds for this. So that's part of the reason that this is so important, what Moira is talking about, because you want as many people as you can to commit to coming, because they're going to start to get, and when I mean get feeds, they're going to start receiving those posts because they have clicked join. And so that's really what you want, is you want people to join your event so that they can be a part of the information that's being shared. So
right. Yeah, and even so, once, I guess we forgot that part, but then once they're entered into the event, even before the event, I know that some people, and I've done this too, is that you put a post on that event page and say, I can't wait to share this. Maybe you put a little picture of something, that or a link to an article or whatever the case is. But again, you're creating buzz on Facebook, on your personal page or your business page, but then you can also create a little bit on that event page. And a lot of times we go in there 15 minutes beforehand, say, get your coffee ready or get your, smoothie ready. We'll be back here in 15 minutes to get started. And then they get a notification, like you said.
Yeah, and they're used to that. See, so people on Facebook are used to that little bit of interaction. So it's just a gentle way to kind of keep it in front of them and keep them reminded. So very good.
Okay, I guess this is my post. This is the actual post that I put up on my Facebook timeline the day before the event. So the day before or even the morning of, and you want to choose a graphic. I just kept the one that we used to create the event because I thought it was a great one to capture people's attention. So just any type of image that you find. And I just said, bracing yourself for the cold and flu season. Join me and my teammate, Moira Gorski, from the comfort of your home tomorrow night for our Facebook event, Say Boo to the Flu and Other Mystery Illnesses. Hear about some natural approaches you can take now to boost yours and your family's immune systems. Message me for the link if you haven't already gotten an invite, and don't forget to RSVP to get your first raffle ticket towards a free prize. So,
nice.
And, then I did a little asterisk. You want to kind of create. Remember, it's a prize. Like Moira said, people like to get prizes or free shipping, so you just kind of want to keep putting that out there for them. And this was also it's a good reminder, like if somebody didn't get invited, or for people who were invited but they forgot to go in and RSVP to the event. So you just want to gently remind them, like Lisa had said.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then this is the day of the event. I did a couple of things. I called people and I private messaged people. And so private messaging is something you do on Facebook. And I just said, hi, Christy, just wanted to make you aware of the Facebook event I'm having tomorrow night on immune support. And again, Say Boo to the Flu. I sent you an invite, and if it is of interest to you and you can't make it on at 7, you are still able to access the posts and conversations, which I think that is key. Not a lot of people really don't know how these events work, and they don't know that if they can't make it, they can still, that's the other beauty of the Facebook event instead of an in-home, they can still see everything. Yes. So then you want to tell them how they're going to be able to access that. And I told them you would need to still reply join, and then when you do have time and want to access it, you would go and click events, and then you would click past, and it will bring up my event. And I said, let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to invite friends. And again, reminding them, be sure to let me know so I can give you points, hint, hint, because you could win a prize.
Right.
And then, so like down at the bottom, it shows kind of where to private message and how to send a private message on Facebook. It's really quite simple. But when you're on your Facebook page, up on the top blue bar, you're going to the right of the word home, you'll see a little image that is the symbol for like communicating between two people, like those two squares of communicating. And you just click that, and it will bring up a box for you to type in who you want to message. So you type in your friend, and her name will automatically come up since you're friends with her on Facebook, and then you type your message, and which is what I have right here. This is the message I typed, and hit send. This does not get posted on their timeline. It is a private message sent only to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good point.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. And so then the phone call, when I called a bunch of people to invite as well and to remind them, I said, I'm calling to let you know about my Facebook event I'm having tonight. And although I invited you, I don't think Facebook does a very good job of alerting people when they're invited to an event. And I wanted to make sure you knew about it. So I left that message, or I told them in person. And, again, I said, with the flu season coming up and the other scary viruses we're hearing about, we thought this would be a great topic to cover. And myself and my teammate are going to be sharing some helpful tips and some good information. And again, I also shared the same thing. And if you're interested, this is how you would access it, just like I did in my private message.
Very good. Very good.
So what I think is important here is to let people know that it's not just you don't decide to have a Facebook event, put it out there once, and expect to get 822 people at the event. That's only going to happen if you're creating this buzz and making contact and letting people know.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Moira.
Okay, this is me. So, again, I kind of mentioned this my last slide, but, a half an hour before your event, gets started, you can go on that event page and go ahead and post that I'm getting ready, and I'll be back in a half an hour. But I think it's also cool to put it on your personal page or your business page so that people can even see a half an hour beforehand. They're like, oh, I forgot you were having that. I really would like to listen in, and it reminds them, and maybe you can get some more, attendees that way. And if you sit on Facebook between 6 and 8 at night or between 6 and 8 in the morning, there is an awful lot of traffic. So I think it's really key to try to go on in the evening. Some of my team have done, and bless their hearts, they have done a Facebook event over 2 days or like a day and a half, and they post like every hour or so, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I can't do that. That's just a lot amongst my busy life.
Yeah.
But, Susan and I planned to do this for an hour, and I mean, how long were we on, Susan? Like 2 hours?
2 hours.
2 hours, and it was like people were still going at it.
Yeah,
so
right.
Awesome.
But that was great. I mean, that's what you want. You want the interaction.
It was 2 hours because of the interactions that you were having.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, so again, your Facebook event gets started, and we just want to set it up and say, hey, welcome. Thank you for, coming here. And, we know that there's an awful lot going on with cold and flu season, and people are scared about the viruses, and we really want to try to be proactive. And again, we just remind them again how the event's going to go, and we'll just get them started and thank them for joining. So then we begin a little bit with our story, because Susan invited people, I invited people, and as the Shaklee World is, lots of other distributors got on and they invited people too. So they want to know, I think it's important for them to know who's, quote unquote, talking to them. So, I share a little bit about who I am, what my story is, and how I became introduced to Shaklee, kind of what I'm all about, and so they get a little bit of an idea. Of course, I can't be talking, but interestingly enough, I am meeting with two of my newest builders this afternoon. One of them who is a recent college grad, and she's a professional actress. And she has, she's contacted me because she is really interested in Shaklee as, just like with Jen Morris and Melinda and the gals there, it's a way to have some additional income in between your gigs, and they really can't afford to not be healthy. So what I've encouraged her to do is to do a little video, because she's an actress. And so she is going to do a little, hey, this is Lauren, and I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm excited about Shaklee, and I'm glad that you're coming to my Facebook event, and I can't wait to see it, because I'm sure it's going to be great. But she's an actress, and she's comfortable in front of the camera, and so she's going to, instead of doing something like this, she's actually going to do a little video, and we're going to post it up on her, their Facebook event that we're going to do next Monday night. So
Wonderful.
again, just a way to get people to know who's out there. And I think it's also really important too that people realize that yes, there are supplements and there are nutrients that can help to support their immune system. If we're talking about that, or whatever the issue is that we're talking about, or the concern is. But there is a Shaklee difference. We don't want to put it out there and just say, hey, here's this you can take, and then they take that nice little list and they go to the vitamin shop.
Right.
They're going to get the same result. So it's real important in the beginning to talk about the Shaklee difference. And really what we're going to talk about products, but we're talking about Shaklee products. And really just kind of then go over and review the difference there, and really what makes us unique, and the fact that we do have unique and differentiated products that really stand way above most that you are probably, we're not saying that but they're probably getting from Costco and the Vitamin Shop and Osco and whatever the case is. So it's real important in the beginning to set it up that way and know that we're talking about Shaklee and really why we believe in Shaklee to be the best company to provide these products for you.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Again, we're going to talk about unique and differentiated products. We can talk about vitamin C, probiotics, and things like that, but certainly we're going to mention Nutrifuron, which is, of course, one of our, products that no one else will be able to get. But again, we do mention again that, go ahead and request that symptom assessment form, fill that out, and we can help you really kind of target what would be the best product for you. Somebody, maybe it was Lisa or somebody said, we don't know what's going to turn the key or tip the bucket or whatever to really help them get better. So that form can really, really help that. But again, putting our unique products up there during the event is really good as well, and really explaining it.
Well, and I just want to chime in because I think it's really important, and I had to learn this the hard way in the beginning, but that really is the thing. If we know that we're going to change people's lives with Shaklee products, we have to be good at helping them realize that Shaklee products are different. And so I just think you're wise, Moira, to kind of really put in that differentiation, that point of difference there is really important. So, good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is, Barb was telling you guys a couple weeks ago that there was a post that received 43 responses. So I'm asking, what is that? What is that? Yeah. Well, really simply put, this is what we put out there. In the beginning, what are you struggling with? What's going on in your lives right now with your immune system? And that's what got everything started. And it wasn't, 43 people, but it was like, I'm struggling with sinus issues, and I've moved back to California, and my number one concern is my 1-year-old with asthma. And I'm and so people then started responding. It wasn't just Susan and I responding to the people, but we found that other people that were attending the event were responding, and it just went on and on and on and on. And it's amazing what people are struggling with.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why, when we do in-home events, we go around the table. What brought you here? What are you struggling? What are you hoping to find some solutions for? And I think that helped us, even though we had the event all laid out of what we wanted to talk about, it really helped us know what they were struggling with, so that we knew kind of maybe what to focus a little bit more attention on. Or certainly if those were some of my people that were customers or potential customers, I knew that I would take notes with that, or I could go back and say, okay, let's talk further about that. We'll take that off of Facebook. We'll meet separately, and we'll talk about that.
It's like you created this little community of validation right there with one post. It's really good, really exciting,
Yeah.
Okay, this is my post. And this is the other post we had that generated 43 comments. And as you can see, you use the good visuals like we've been doing so that people can see the product. They can see with the Optiflora how teeny it is and why little children can take it, and they can see the triple encapsulation. And also just want to point out, as you can see, it's number 9. This is, we numbered our slides like Moira said. And I like to also even capitalize the topic so people can see it, what we're talking about real quick. And even some of the other keywords like why and I think later on there live, just things to make it pop out to get people to want to read the whole paragraph or whatever. Use exclamations, whatever it is, so you can get people involved and to read it all.
Yeah, that's very good.
And these are a few of the comments from the Optiflora post. As you can see, Barbara shared how all 3 of her children started taking it, 11, 7, and 9 months, and how it changed her family with allergies, eczema, and gut issues. So you're getting other members who aren't the 2 business leaders, me and Moira, sharing why they like the product. And then, you can see Peggy, swears by it, and then she also introduces 2 other products, Easy Just that she loves,
nice.
And then Stomach Soothing.
Yeah.
So we weren't even planning on talking about that, but it puts a little, drops a little seed there for other people to ask about what's this, and so mentioned Easy Just. So, it's not like we triggered them to do that, but keep in mind, they had the incentive to post because they were going to earn points if they could make comments, So
smart girls.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're getting points then for the raffle.
Yes, every time they comment, we're tallying. Like I had to go back, we went through back afterwards and tallied up 2 points here, 2 points there, 5 points here. Yeah, right. So that's, I think, also why we got the 43 comments as well on both of those posts. Okay, so now into the mechanics of how do you actually set up a Facebook event. First of all, you do want to, if you can, partner up with any other business leader. They don't have to be in your exact group. It does not matter, but it helps to share the work and split it up. I will say it was also kind of funny because Moira and I had met and decided who was going to take what post, and then as we were going through, you saw those 2 posts with the 43 comments. They were really fun, and kind of, like Lisa said, it's kind of energizing and exciting. And it was a blast for me because I get energized by being around people. And so a couple of times I got a text from Moira saying, "Okay, Susan, it's time for you to post the next post." I was so engaged and having a blast communicating with everybody that, time was moving away. So, yeah, you want to have to keep somebody who'll keep you accountable and keep you on time.
You're fading, Susan.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Still? Let me see. Let me put my, okay, how about now?
Oh, it's still a little weak.
Okay, let me try this.
There.
Is this good?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I won't move. Okay, so how to set it up. Log on to Facebook, and in the upper left-hand column, you will see the little word events. You just click that. And then at the top of that page, you will see a blue box that says a + create. You click that. And then that little box will just walk you through the 5 easy steps of the name of the event. It will ask you the details, where, when, time, and it even allows you to invite friends right at that point. You can also do it later, but you can do it all right there, and it's so much easier than I could have imagined it was going to be, by the way. The next step is, like I said, Moira and I got together and discussed who was going to cover what and who was going to be responsible for which posts. So then we each, went and created the dialogue for the posts, our own posts, and gathered the photos that would correspond with each post. And we found the best way to do that is to write your posts in a Word document, exactly how you're going to post the day of the event. Because as you can see, it got busy. We were planning on going an hour. It went 2 hours, and you have to be able to just copy and paste when it's time for you to post again. And you want to have them numbered so you don't get mixed up. And then you just save the document. And the day of the event, you just have it open, and all you have to do is copy and paste when it's your turn.
Yeah. And then you upload the picture that's associated with that post, which you have those as well, right?
I think that's on the next page.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I think we need to click over. Yes,
right.
There you
go.
Yes. So you're right. So all the photos that you've assembled, have them in some type of file folder and have them numbered or titled with what the product is, so it's just as easy to download the photo with the post. And then sometime early on in the event, you just want to post a reminder that all comments are welcome and that they will remind them they're going to earn points towards winning a prize when and if they do comment. So, and they're fast-paced, so that's why it's really important to have everything ready, and you just copy and paste everything. So the day of the event is easy. It's just kind of the preparation and ahead of time.
Okay, so can I ask a couple questions?
Sure.
I mean, I'm totally in the dark here, and others might be thinking of this also. Where are where is this document with all of your posts on? Where do you have that the day of the event? Is it on your computer? Is it
on my
your
computer? It's like I had opened up Word, and just like I was going to, like if you're going to type any type of document.
Okay.
And I typed in all of my posts there, numbered them, and then I saved it. Facebook event posts.
Right.
So then I had it open on my computer the day of the event, right? And then
and then you're also then on your Facebook page on your computer.
Yes, you have both open, right?
So she would just minimize her document, and then when she's ready to post the next one, she would pull it up, copy, and then minimize and paste. So it does.
Okay.
It is fast. Once you get it all prepared, it just is smooth, right?
Sure. Right, yes.
Sure.
Exactly. As long as you're prepared, it's very smooth, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Very good.
All right, good. You make it sound simple.
And Joe, I was really kind of like, oh gosh, I'm never doing a Facebook event. I really was. I was like, oh no, I've done Facebook, I've done a business page, but events are not for me. But you've got to jump on the bandwagon, and when you start to see all the success people are having, and give it a try.
That's right. That's
absolutely.
right. And such a good point, Susan, because even if they're not for you, they might be for one of your builders. And if you're not fearful and afraid and awkward with them, then you can help connect your builder to what might be the greatest building tool that they could find.
Exactly.
So very good.
When I talked to Lauren, my new, actress builder, she graduated from college about a year and a half ago, and all of her friends are a lot of her friends are in New York because they're actresses. And she said, there's not a lot of people here. Because I said, well, let's do some events. You're home for like a month, and we can get started. She goes, well, there's nobody here except for maybe my mom's friends, which we've signed up some of her mom's friends. But I'm like, well, what about a Facebook event? She's like, well, that's brilliant because everybody's on Facebook.
There you go.
Everybody's traveling all over, and it's a brilliant way to connect with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you get to work with her and be a part of that with her, so she's not all on her own, but she's creating this community. And then here's, I think, the greatest thing. It's very duplicatable. So if she finds a distributor that wants to do this, then she just does the same thing with her distributor.
Yep.
So very good. Oh, you guys, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You
so
brought
helpful.
a lot of clarity to how to do these events.
Yes. Thank you.
Good.
Well, I'm so excited because now we get to introduce Stephanie Bruce. And let me just tell you a little bit about her because she's so impressive. So Stephanie has just promoted to senior director. She skipped the rank of director. She did it all in 8 weeks. She was telling me a little bit about her story, how she found Katie Odom back in, they went to school together, but back, I think, in the spring. She started talking to her about some issues, but started her business really in September. So she has largely built through Facebook. And I think she was telling me last week they had 2 events and they had 40 attendees come to the event. So she's doing so many things right, and we're just really excited. So Stephanie, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited.
Yay.
Yes. So, well, my generation is the generation who you had to have a college email address, and you had to be in college in order to be on Facebook. So I have just kind of evolved with Facebook because it's been around now since I was still in school. And for me, I've moved around so many times because of my husband's job, and I've always been very active and, met a lot of people and everything, and I wanted to stay in contact with them. So the best way to do that was with Facebook. I am, however, kind of picky about who I do become friends with on Facebook, only because I do personally post a lot of my own personal information about my kids and everything because my family lives far away. But it hasn't hurt my business, though, by doing that. I've been really fortunate with everything. As you guys can see on this slide, I signed up 4 new distributors in September and 2 in October. And out of those 6, 4 of them don't even live within 800 miles of me.
Wow. Wow.
They were all, and actually all of the distributors are strictly based because of Facebook conversations I've had. And it's been a really huge blessing for me because I have 3 little kids, and so it's kind of hard to, get everybody to cooperate, get out of the house and go to meetings or parties or anything like that, where this, I can still stay at home, nobody can hear my kids in the background, and I can be in my pajamas in front of my computer talking to people, having meaningful conversations versus being there in person, because my generation appreciates the quick conversations over the computer. So, but, and one thing that I have done, I've been very consistent, and I make everything personalized to me. I'm very concerned about making a brand for myself, only because I feel like if people are seeing me post pictures that pertain to my family, they're going to be more interested in seeing what Shaklee's been doing for my family personally versus if I post a picture that I got off of Shaklee.com. So, if we go to the next slide, you guys will see a welcome flyer that I post for every single one of my new directors.
Nice.
And I made it really bright and colorful, and so people are interested in it. And it did take a while before people contacted me about Shaklee, but then all of a sudden it just started happening. And I think because they saw that I was living it, they were seeing the pictures, I was posting. And then once I had my first distributor, I wanted to really make it known, and I posted that flyer I made. And then after that, people just were coming out of the woodwork asking me about Shaklee and what they could do, for their own families. So I think I may have lost internet connection. I'm not sure if it's going forward, but
we're hearing you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so the slide leading with the business opportunity.
Yes.
That is something that I took from Katie. Katie Odom. She had always, kind of told me, lead with the business, because people can turn you down on the business, but then you still have the products to fall back on. So I really wanted to capitalize on that. And so when I had people first asking me about, what can I take for blah, 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 I would tell them. And then as they're asking, well, how do I get this product? I would just automatically tell them about all of the benefits that Shaklee has to offer.
Nice.
I always, you can see right here too, there's a direct conversation between Renee and I, which is one of my new distributors. That's just a screenshot of our conversation. I was very upfront and honest at the beginning, because I think people want to know, especially if you're paying a higher premium for an excellent product, you kind of want to know what the kickback is for you financially as well. So the next one with the Hook potential distributors, I kind of thought about this in a way of back when I had a quote-unquote real job where I had to leave every day. When I would go on interviews, I was really, the things I wanted to know most were what is the pay and what are the benefits. And I think, most people are like that. We're going to go to the job every day. Most jobs are fairly consistent with other jobs, but you want to know what are they going to give back to you. So like I said, I always am very upfront with telling people all of the awesome things that Shaklee has to offer. You can earn a paycheck on your own purchases, as well as the trips and the bonuses, because that's a huge thing, especially for people in my age group. A lot of my friends are stay-at-home moms, and we're on stricter budgets. A lot of them only have one income coming into the house, so if they can provide something fun for the family, that's a little more on board as well.
Excuse me, Stephanie, is someone talking in the background where you are?
No, not me. I'm totally, no one's around me.
That's because we're getting feedback from somebody talking to a little kid.
Right, yeah,
I hear
that.
Too, yeah.
It's cute.
Not me.
Moira, is that you?
Nope, not me.
Well, that's strange. Who else?
I don't have any kids at my house.
So if you have some little kids at your house, if you could go in another room or mute yourself on your computer, because I don't know why.
So strange.
Maybe another line accidentally got unmuted. Is that possible?
I'm looking. I don't see it.
Look at it. That's so funny. Well, every now and then we have little drop-in visitors.
Okay, I'm sorry, Stephanie. Just speak a little louder, Stephanie.
Yeah, okay, sure, no problem. Okay, so then just moving forward to the next slide, it's humbly share your accomplishments on Facebook.
We've lost, Stephanie, you're real faint.
Okay, are you able to hear me now?
Not too well.
Oh, I don't know what changed.
There, now you're good.
Okay. All right. So the next slide, humbly share your accomplishments on Facebook. I really think that if somebody is on the fence about joining the business, they want to see what Shaklee is doing for you, health-wise, but also financially, because they're going to invest their own personal money into the business as well. So I just took a screenshot of the invitation I received to go to lunch for regionals and posted it on my Facebook with a very, I didn't feel like it was a very bragging type of post to go along with it. I just shared that my son, had gone through eczema, and because of that, I can't believe that I'm on this awesome journey of getting to go to a special lunch and be rewarded. And ironically, I received so many posts and comments from people not in Shaklee, complimenting me, just saying what an awesome job, and they were so excited about it. And then I did have people contact me asking me about Shaklee after that. So, and then just this morning, right before I started speaking, I posted on Facebook that I was going to be speaking to almost 240 people on a webinar, and I didn't have to explain what it was about, but I'm sure that people are going to be seeing that and be intrigued that, sure. Oh, what an awesome opportunity. I mean, I don't get to do that in my daily job. I wonder what this really is all about. And,
Gosh,
asking questions.
You're so right, Stephanie. So what you're doing is you're creating a vision of success, and people are watching. And that's kind of what I found, too, is people were watching me. I had a couple of the people that contacted me say, well, clearly you're very successful. And I'm like, really? I mean, and I am, but I didn't know why they thought that. But that's what you're doing. Is you're sharing your life with Shaklee out loud on Facebook, and it's showing your success, and it is very attractive. And that's one of the reasons I think you're being so successful. So very nice,
yeah.
Very, very nice.
Thank you.
And Stephanie, you have how many children?
I have 3.
Okay, 3. What are their ages?
They are, well, when I first joined, they were younger, but now they are 6, 4, and 1.
Okay. I just want people to know that, you're not, that you're doing this by being you're an at-home mom, you have a busy life as a wife and a mother, in addition to the success you're having with Shaklee. I think that's marvelous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And because of Facebook, it kind of helps me manage my time a little better as well, because I'm not having to leave my house and find a babysitter for my kids, because I don't have family that lives nearby me, and I don't have to pawn my kids off on my husband, who's also very busy. So, just a few minutes here and there during the day, it has really helped, and nobody else is affected by it. So that's a really positive thing about Facebook.
Yeah,
I think it's fantastic. Wow, what a great example you are. This is just really good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Wonderful. I heard, I think it was Crystal Gossett, which a lot of you know who she is, I think, and it was probably last May. She made a statement about Facebook that just really got me, and I think one of the reasons I was so motivated to get better. She said, with Facebook, you're listening for needs with your eyes. And so, in Shaklee, we're always taught to listen for needs and to listen for people's problems and issues that we might be able to solve. And I just thought that was another great way to think about that, But anyway, Stephanie, very, very good stuff. Thank you, all of you guys. It was such a good session, and I think really helpful in so many ways. And beautiful communities of people are built and living their lives on Facebook, and it's a great way for us to get involved and share something really valuable for them. So before I give the action steps, Stephanie, is there anything else you wanted to share?
I think I'm good. Yes. Well,
Okay.
I guess maybe really quick. Katie Odom, she and I grew up together. We actually have been in school together since we were in kindergarten, and my husband is friends with her brother, and our families all still live in the same town. But it was because of Facebook was how I got connected with Shaklee, because of Katie, because I had seen posts that she had been making when she first started. And so that made me comfortable asking her about what products might be beneficial for my son. So Shaklee was what started my journey, and it's been helpful for me to start others.
That's a great point. So you found Shaklee through Facebook, and so it's been a natural fit for you to just duplicate that process, and I think that's important. So nice.
Yes.
Very good. All right, so here's our action steps for the session today. Begin spending a little time liking and commenting on Facebook. Just dip your toe in the water and start paying attention to what people are talking about and just affirm them. Oh my goodness, it goes such a long way. Just that little like button is everything. And create a habit to do a little bit every day. You really want to kind of get your finger on the pulse of people's lives and how they're interacting and what's going on. And so again, once you start to do it, it's really quite fun. But create a habit to do a little every day. Pick a partner to do an event with. So you guys could hear through, Moira and Susan's story, part of their success is that they teamed up together. And I've done 2 events, and I've done them with other leaders. And that, and we've invited other leaders to come to it. That creates the atmosphere and the affirmation and the kind of the validation, but it's way fun to do it with people. So find a partner to do your event with. Develop a topic and a theme. Boy, if you're creative, run with that creativity because you can see how attractive that is. This cute ideas these people are having. So here's a few. Lose inches before the holidays. Less stress, more energy for the holidays. I mean, you could do some great holiday events. One of the, I think, psychological pieces of a Facebook event is people feel like it's not going to take their time. But if you were to meet them at a coffee shop for 30 minutes, they would instantly say, I don't have time for that.
Right.
But they'll spend an hour on the computer with you. Right. So it's just mental, but it's okay. We're rolling with it, and it's good, So create your postings, assemble your pictures. Beautiful job, girls, as far as giving the directions for that. And then do 1 or 2 or 3. Go for it. Help your builders do it. This is something I'm going to do. So in the last week, I've been paying attention. I have been invited to go to a Facebook party for 31 Bags, Pampered Chef, and something else. Like an eyelash thing, right? And so people are hosting Facebook parties for people. And so a friend of mine is hosting for some other distributor, and then I get invited. So I've been joining just because I'm kind of nosy and I want to see how they're doing it and everything. But here's my point is why not maybe ask a few of your best members to host a Facebook party for you?
Yeah.
They're the host. They do the inviting. You do the
Good idea.
What's going on. So that's kind of a fun way to do it, too. So.
Yeah, we have to add that to the action steps.
Yeah. Go ahead. Who?
Oh, Lisa, this is Susan. I was just going to interject real quick. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You know how you mentioned spending a little time liking and commenting on Facebook, and I think that's a great tip to tell people. And I will say, I think Carol Cash is the one in Denver who taught me this. If you're going to even share somebody's post, like you love their post, make sure you like it too. So it helps kind of boost up what they put on Facebook. We all help each other. If you have time, comment, but just even liking it and sharing it is going to also help them. And then if they see you shared, I go over and I like theirs, even though they shared mine, just to help everyone out on there.
And Susan, it's a really good point, and I don't think people realize that. But when you do like someone else's post, it does get more view time, and it creates a little bit more ability for other people to see it. So that is a very good point. So, and I just have to shout out to Carol Cash. She teaches us all a lot about Facebook. She's amazing.
She's great.
She does great stuff. So.
Oh, super job, everyone. This is going to be one of our best posted archived webinars, I think. You did just an excellent job, so articulate and laying it out step by step that even I could understand it. That was a great accomplishment. Now, we have a whole bunch of questions, so if the whole panel would just stay available and whoever has a response to just shout it out. So the very first question, and I know a lot of people probably have this, when you do a Facebook event, do you do it on your regular account or your business account? Regular being public, I would guess.
Mm-hmm. I do it from my personal account.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You almost want to look at it like if you were inviting some friends over to your house, you would invite to hear about Shaklee. So I did too. I did my events through my personal account. So.
Okay, good. Now, I don't understand this question. Corporate advertising is taking place on Drudge and ABC Denver. Links lead to corporate website. Karen Miner Heard and someone else found on Drudge. I found on ABC. I have no idea what that means.
I don't
Any
either.
of you know?
I don't. I've never heard of it.
Right.
Sorry.
Someone says, I thought the free membership with one bottle of MindWorks was in effect immediately.
That I thought was once Dr. Phil is aired.
Yes. That's what Kathy Keating told me. The special that's available right now is 2 MindWorks with free membership and free shipping.
Yeah.
That's available right now. That's almost, okay, everybody, thanks for the examples. Do you prepare your posts in advance? Yeah, we said that, I think.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
Most of the work is beforehand. Yeah.
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 Will the slides for how does it work be available? Having the outline would be great. I will attach that to the weekly recap email that we send out. I have some sheets there to add. The poster pages are made ahead of time, right? And then you post them as you go along. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Only people who are invited can see the event in progress.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
correct.
Not only the ones who are invited, only the ones who joined. If they hit maybe or can't come, then they will not
Yeah.
Okay.
see it.
Right.
They have to have RSVP join.
All right, so they have to hit join, which makes sense. Okay. Do any of you cross-promote your Facebook event on LinkedIn?
Oh, I haven't.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't either, no.
Okay. How do you conduct the drawing for attendees in a way that attendees feel is fair?
Oh, that's the honor system. Go ahead.
Or you can allot points for so many questions that they answer, or 3 responses, or sharing. They'll get 5 points entered in. I actually had done that for one of my Facebook events, and I had made a slide or an image with it and posted that at the very beginning so people knew up front exactly how they were being entered to win.
And that's on one of the posts Moira did that we have on one of the slides. It says exactly the points, and that was posted, like Stephanie said, on the day of before the event, so they knew.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get them the raffle tickets to them? Well,
We don't.
It's just all virtual. Yeah.
No raffle tickets. It's virtual.
Yeah, we just we did raffle points or just points for right.
So Moira, and Susan, you tallied the raffle tickets in effect that each person got. I mean, you tallied up the points.
Yeah, Susan is very detailed, and so she went through all of those posts and tallied up who commented and requested. I told her who requested things and whatever. So, we just then tallied up the points.
Yeah, see how valuable those analyticals are?
Absolutely. I love Susan. She's awesome.
We need them.
How do you get this information to maybe copy off? Well, this webinar will be posted at bobsfiles.net, in the next several days, and then it's available for you to download, and you have access to it. Do you offer 2 prizes, one for real-time attendees and one for those who attend or review and or share later after the event?
No,
No.
just real-time.
So part of it is, I think, for us to get this mental image of a Facebook event is just as though you were doing a party or an event in your home.
It really feels like that because the interaction and the commenting on different posts in live time really does make you feel like you're a part of the conversation. Yeah.
Well, and for those of us who have not done these, I mean, some of these questions, I mean, it's like if you were having an event in your home, you wouldn't be giving points to people that didn't come or awarding prizes to those people.
Exactly.
So we just have to, it's how we picture this. Can we see?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, let me give a little tip, and Susan, I think, alluded to it earlier. If you're really wanting to do one of these and you want to see how it looked like, find someone who had an event in the past. And if you're friends with me on Facebook, you can certainly do it. If they invite you to join an event that already happened, you can still go look at that. It's called Past Events, and you can go and you can pull that whole event up, and you can look at all of the postings and the interactions, and you can steal those posts. I mean, that's what I did. Half of my posts came from someone else's party. So steal the posts, save the pictures, make your own. But I agree, these gals have done wonderful events. So find someone in your Facebook friends that have done an event, ask them to invite you to a past event, and go look at it. It's a great way to get a feel for what they did. So.
And so that feeds into this question. I think you answered it, but I'm not 100% sure. Can we see Moira's event on Facebook?
Yes. Right, Moira?
Well,
if they're invited.
If they were invited, they couldn't go in and see it now, right? And
we'd have to go back to the event and invite them to it. Jeffrey Whitaker did that last week, and I invited him to the past event and said he could then go in and view the event in the past. So we can still add members to that, and you can view it. We're not sure. Susan's not sure how long events.
Well, I know now. I used to think, Moira, that they start to fade, but Carol Cash actually taught me how you always, yes, you go click them after they have faded, you go to events, and then you click, I'm doing it right now, you click calendar next. It brings up the calendar, and if I go to October 7th, when we did it, there's my event. So
they don't go away. Yeah,
I found one from
anymore. 2 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. So, yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Technology.
Okay. All right, good. Wouldn't it be awesome if we had a place to share already prepared event slides for these presentations and not each have to reinvent the wheel? That's true.
Well, we kind of do. I still recommend you putting your event together for yourself because it's gonna be more you, and you're gonna have a real good grip on the flow. But visit anyone's past event, and that's really exactly what that is.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you an idea, but specifically with Lauren and Lauren that we're doing next week, one's a stay-at-home mom with kids with allergies and asthma, and Lauren is an actress. And so we're going to talk a lot about immunity and energy and staying slim and fit.
Yeah.
So, I'm meeting with them today, and I said, I'm going to help you put this together, but you put together what you think your friends are most interested in.
Sure.
Those actresses, what are they going to be most interested in? And that's what we're going to focus on.
And I like and Stephanie said this too, make it as personal as you can, put personal pictures in there, but in a Facebook event, you can put a ton of little video links in there too. So like with, Moira's actor gal, they're going to put her little video in there, and that's really makes it interactive and makes it feel alive, so.
Yeah, because Kathy asked, does anyone have any plan for November or December? So Moira does. But she has 2 planned next week.
That's right.
Yes, I have one on Monday night.
Okay.
What is your topic? Is it a grand opening because it's a new distributor, Moira?
We're going to talk about that today when I get together with them of what we're going to name it. It has not been created yet on Facebook, but we do have the plans to do it Monday night. So it is kind of a grand opening for both of them to, let their friends that are outside of Wheaton know, with some specific focus again on what their potential customers may be wanting.
So now, of course, Moira, the question is, can we come to this Business Builders event next Monday?
Yes, I think you.
And how?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's invited. And like I said, it's not created yet. We just, but we want to make sure that the focus is, I don't know, it's not created yet. So we'll.
So they should find find you, make a friend request to you on Facebook to get the information.
Right.
And then you can personal message someone, like one of the leaders on this call, personal message us if you want to view an event in the past, which is a fine way too.
Good
you know
point.
what I mean? So you could personal message Moira or me or Susan or Stephanie if you're Facebook friends, say, hey, can I take a look at a past event? And it just takes us a second to open that up and invite you to join. So.
Somebody's saying, where did you get your slides? I think they're asking, where do you get your posts for the event? And I mean, those you make up. I mean, you just do those up.
Yeah, and you can get things if you're doing an OptiFlora. Open up the product guide. That's what I did, or Nutriferon, and take the bullet points from there, and then right. It's just very simple. The product guide is just perfect to get the information. From.
Now everybody wants to be my friend.
That's what you get for being on the webinar, huh? One of the tips I do, every time I'm on Facebook and I see a gorgeous Shaklee post, I copy and save that picture into a folder in my pictures, and it's called Facebook Pics. And whenever I'm wanting to put something together, I go to my folder in my pictures, and I pull all my beautiful pictures out, and I create posts around them. And so that's just a habit I started to create because I kept seeing beautiful things that I didn't want to lose. And so that's a good way to start doing it.
And you can even just Google an image, healthy Thanksgiving or healthy Shaklee vitamin, and click images on Google, and it's amazing what comes up. There's some great. That's where I find a lot of my fun little images.
Yeah, that's where we find all the images for the PowerPoint, or for these PowerPoints for the webinars too. You just go like images of Shaklee Nutriferon, images of Shaklee Difference, images of whatever you want, and they 1,000 will pop up.
I think that pictures are very important because this is such a visual interaction. You really do want to grab them with a beautiful picture. So I do think a picture's good. There's a couple. Go ahead.
And I'll just mention one thing too that I forgot. Again, people are welcome to come to events that I have on Facebook. We just know that sometimes there can be confusion if there's when we do those prizes, like everybody comments, and they're, so people that come, we just want to make sure that if you invite people to our events, or just maybe come to our event and view the event.
Come to watch.
There's all these people that have invited other potential members, and then they're in the mix, but we're doing the raffle prizes, but they want to be now in for the raffle prizes, and we don't know who the distributors. There can be a lot of confusion there. So I welcome you to come and see and visit and look.
But don't invite people to someone else's unless they know that they're not going to get to be a part of that. That makes good sense, Moira. I totally agree.
I have other distributors in my team that are inviting to my event that I'm doing with distributors here, and that's fine because we've had that communication and we know that they'll do the raffle prizes if their people win. But we just don't want to create that type of confusion, I guess.
And that's what we did too.
Right. Yeah. You if you're going to some other leaders or distributors' Facebook event and you're not part of that group, you should just be a silent person in the room.
Right. Right. And you can certainly comment if there's certainly a nice comment that you have about a health issue that's gotten helps with the we love that type of interaction. But just having if your people are now trying to participate in the raffle. It just there's too much confusion there. So, but you're welcome to come and learn. Absolutely.
The symptom assessment form that was mentioned, I will attach to the weekly recap email.
Okay.
Are you typing all of these posts, or are they preloaded?
Preloaded on the Word document. Yep.
Yeah.
Word document that you create beforehand, and then you cut and paste.
And again, where do you find the picture of the hand and apple with the prevention is better than cure? Just, again, Google it.
Right, exactly.
Images of prevention is better than cure. That'll pop up. Same thing with the Aptiflora visual. Okay. These slides from these webinars are shared on Bob's files, yes.
So you could take it off of there, too. It's just a copy and paste thing.
Yeah. How do you make another person an admin on the event, or do you have to?
There's an option for that, right, guys? I know when we've done them, we got to choose people, like several leaders got to be admins. And so multiple people can invite. So it's part of the setting it up. It's very straightforward. Yeah.
Okay, some of these questions we've already answered a dozen times, I think. Are Moira and Susan in the same Shaklee family tree? Yes.
We're both the same tree.
We're both under Barb Lagoni.
Yeah,
but
we're
like cousins, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
What about
and I'm under
soul sisters?
Well.
That's right.
I'm
soul
under
sisters.
all of you guys too.
Exactly.
So Stephanie's in my group under me. Right.
Right.
What about hosts from diverse groups not related to each other? Well, I think if you have a friend, in another group,
it works just fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How much time between posts, and how often do you post?
For your own discernment, and how, if you're not getting many comments on a post, then you want to quickly put up another post to keep people going. But it's just.
And we did the same thing that Susan and Moira did. As I was posting, I would text another leader and say, "Am I posting too fast?" And she'd say, "Yes, slow down, you're killing us." Or she would say, "Okay, send another one, we're waiting." And so it is nice to have someone texting back and forth because they can kind of get a better feel for the rhythm of what's happening.
Sure. Someone says, I hosted a Facebook party event a few months ago. I think I was posting too rapidly, and I was put in Facebook jail for a week. I was not allowed to post.
So that was just on her regular timeline then, she means. Is that what she's saying?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
I don't know.
Not an event. You wouldn't get post for an event. I can't imagine.
Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah, she must have just been posting on her timeline.
Do an event. Stay out of jail.
Can you invite on Facebook and hold an event in Meet FM? Sure. I would think so.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're running out of time here, and I think we've covered most of these.
Great meeting, you guys. You guys did a fantastic job.
Yeah. Here's one that might be important. How did you deal with actual purchasing of products since you were doing the event with multiple distributors?
Well, at the end, we just had the distributors post up their websites, and say that if you were invited by Moira, here's the website that you can visit for product purchases, or contact me for specials that I have. And then we had the different distributors put their websites up there as well. And then the purchasing was done following the event. Because you can set your own incentives. If you purchase tonight, then you get such and such. Or, if you purchase by the end of the month, you get such and such. But each individual distributor then put their link to their site up.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. Lots of compliments, ladies. People were just so pleased, so impressed, and just thrilled that you did this. And my thanks and Barb's thanks also for all that you've done.
Good. You're welcome.
Yeah, very welcome.
Awesome.
Okay. That's it. And, wait, let's see. I went back to this because somebody had requested. And we are back. We'll be here next week. And we have Monday night, the wellness. I wanted to put this up too. The archived webinars, Monday night wellness ones are done at Better Health in 31 Days. These Thursday morning webinars are archived at www.bobsfiles.net. Okay. And this week, they will be covering on Monday Night Wellness, headaches, migraines, and a natural approach to dealing with those. So thank you, everyone. This was great. Everyone was fantastic. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next week. Have a good one.
Great job. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.